Boy, always great to see you. How are you? How was your weekend?
It was pretty good. I got a lot done.
Good. Always good when you can get a lot done. I
You're
myself,
exactly right. The weekends, I tell you, I need those weekends. But anyway,
yeah, well, you're a busy guy. My goodness. Honestly, I don't even know where to start here, but we will start with Shadowland because this is why we're here to talk right now. I watched it last night and I was like, my goodness, if anybody makes a good president, I think it would be you. What do you think?
oh, isn't that nice of you to say? Well, I tried to look like a good president. But I think the idea is, I think the daunting aspect of having to handle so many problems, making so
Yeah.
many decisions, being responsible for so much that happens. It's a good portrait to see that, to show the ramifications of making decisions, and sometimes you don't know if you're right, and it
Yeah.
affects many lives. How do you feel about that? That's kind of what it was.
Well, yeah, 100%. I mean, well, yes, the world on your shoulders, no question. And this guy that you're playing, Robert Wainwright, he is retired, but yet his past is still coming back to haunt him. I don't want to give away too much because there's great things that we discover, but he's having these dreams, and he brings in his, psychiatrist at the end of the day to try to help him with this. What was it like for you to kind of play this character, Jon, that is just struggling, doesn't know if his mind is telling him one thing or if he's imagining it. I can't imagine. That's kind of stressful, I think.
That's my life.
Come on.
uh, well, I think I think the character what you described is right. Of course, that's what he is. He's going through so many things, questions about his past and questions about the way he's receiving information now, what's going on with this, and then he misses his anchor, which was his wife.
Yeah.
So he feels he has nobody next to him. I just did a picture. Um, I'm in the picture Reagan,
Yeah.
which
So
is kind
yeah, I definitely want to talk to you about that, but go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm just going to say that if you look at that film, and it's a very good portrait of the relationship between Nancy and Ronnie
Yeah.
and Reagan. And he really wasn't a guy who had a whole lot of friends. He was a person who who really loved people and loved this country and all of that. Uh, and was able to take responsibilities for. He was almost like a big brother or a father, to us all. He really felt those feelings for the country entire, but he had
Right.
very few close friends. He had a couple, but the real anchor was his wife. He and Nancy just got along, and
Yeah.
they relied on that, and so he was full because of that.
Yeah, I
Uh,
look forward to that. But yeah, but the president having that, like we said earlier, like the weight on your shoulders, the weight of the world, the decisions that you have to make, and this guy is led to believe in this film that he's made this just horrific decision. I can't imagine in real life any politician, any leader of any country, especially today. Like,
there are people who don't give a damn.
well, yeah, I guess you're right.
There are those people that don't care, and that's the what separates the good from the bad.
Yeah.
The, the people who really care about their decisions and how it affects other people, they consider all of that. And it's not that they're intimidated to make the right move. I mean, look at well, any of the great ones. Look at Lincoln and
Yeah.
the did with Civil War, but he knew what had to be done, and he
Yeah.
did it. You know,
Yeah.
uh, and uh, and he got us through, and he was a great leader of his presidential responsibilities took him to be the commander in chief.
Right.
He was a commander in chief. He did it.
Yeah.
And anyway, he wasn't stopped by all the responsibilities that he had. He carried them through,
Yeah.
and yet he had great deep feeling for all.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and in this film too, John, you're a president playing president who is in the midst of writing his memoir and has somebody helping him write this. And I'm thinking, watching this, and I'm going, when's Jon Voight going to write his memoir?
Yeah, you're writing memoirs on screen, but you don't have one.
Hello, you have quite the life, my friend, and I think a lot of people would love to read about that. Have you ever thought about sitting down? Okay, maybe not writing it yourself, getting somebody to help you do it. My God, you'd have a 10,000 page book, honestly, when you look back at your
You see
amazing
that?
career.
You have to make somebody suffer to read a 10,000 page book of my
Okay,
life.
we'll cut it down to 5,000, but seriously,
That's
when you,
that's suffering.
no, it's not suffering because I will
Well,
say
I
this.
understand.
Come on.
I value, the autobiographies. They're very great pieces that give us a lot, but I don't know whether it's my. I don't know whether I'm supposed to do that. That's what
Why
I
do you
think.
say that? Because when you look back at your career and the movies that you've given us, the roles that you've given us, the people that you've worked with, the directors, the stars, the crew, I think you have some great stories
I
there.
think that's why we have you. See, that's what you do. You are the ones that especially you, a person like yourself who's interested in all of that, you can get that stuff down and you can interpret it properly.
Yeah.
And you can say, well, you work with this and what about that? And so I can say, yeah, I'll talk about it all. But this idea of writing a memoir is, I've written several chapters of some of my life.
Okay.
And it's pretty good, but the real stuff of my life, my big mistakes, my recovery, my uh, my prayers for us all, uh, and my need to be of help with whatever I've learned at this time to step up and say a few things. That's really my life, my
Yeah.
life is public too, so people can, they know it. It's
Yeah, yeah. Well, if you want to call me later and I'll sit down with you and
it.
I will write this for you. I'm there. I remember asking Joel Schumacher before he passed away. I was adamant about writing his and we never got it. So just keep that in the back of your head, okay?
Okay, kiddo.
John, the other thing I want to ask you too, when you choose a film these days, my goodness, could you have gotten a more beautiful location for this movie? In the woods, in that house, and that
Oh,
was
yeah,
where was that shot? It was beautiful.
in Bulgaria.
That was shot in Bulgaria. I did not know that. It's beautiful.
I probably shouldn't even say that because there's nothing Bulgarian about the film at all,
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
So, uh,
Yeah.
but we've worked in Bulgaria at the studio New Boyana, which is a place that Sylvester Stallone has been doing his the what's it called, the Expendables
Yes.
and one of the Rambos and stuff like that. So it's been of use, and they allow you some tax situations that make it easier to make the film.
Yeah.
And the people at this studio are really nice people, and over the years they've developed because of people like Sly coming in and good films being made there. They have very good crews, several very good crews. They're in depth there, and they have a great team of people in the crafts world. I'm
Yeah.
always interested in the crafts world by the crafts that we've had to make films. The artists. You
Absolutely.
don't pay much attention to these people, and in the course of my life, I'll give you an example. They used to do these, like if you look at Wizard of Oz, let's say, Wizard of Oz, going
Yeah,
back, it's one of the greatest movies ever made. And when people say, "What's your favorite movie?" If you say Wizard of Oz, no one's going to question it.
yeah, of
Say,
course.
you say, Gone with the Wind, whatever it is. But you see the painting that was done for the sets, and right up to right up to this point, a couple of well, let's say 20 years ago, when all of a sudden it was CGI, and they were able to do everything that they still require artists to do that. Thank God,
Yeah.
artists don't lose their jobs. But I love the set painting, and I went on the set with Angelina when she did Tomb Raider.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
It was a set where there was supposed to be out in the tundra somewhere in Alaska or whatever, right? And they did this huge set. Someone painted this set. Now you know of the water lilies by Matisse, right?
Uh-huh.
Is it? It's not Matisse. Is it Matisse? Might be.
I'm trying to
But
remember if it's Matisse or Monet. But anyway, I know what you're
it is
thinking. Yeah,
Monet.
yeah,
It is
yeah,
Monet. Right.
yeah.
It's Monet. And these water lilies and the beautiful paintings of Monet that seem like they're a wonder. You just look at them and as an artist, you look
Yeah.
at them. Well, this is of another level. This is God or something. But this painting was of the tundra. All it was a painting of like a snowstorm.
Amazing.
And it was huge. And I said to Angie, I said, and I know that they don't have this anymore.
Yeah,
This guy's a genius if he did this. He doesn't know he's as good as Monet. It's brilliant. And I said, Angie, take this home, because she just got in a house that had a big wall in the living room. I said, that would be fantastic. You keep this thing. This is precious. And she, no, I want the curtains and I want this. And okay. But so it felt so badly. I mean, this artist and so many of those great artists. I'm into art a little bit.
yeah.
And
Listen, it's beautiful. Yeah, it's great to respect that. John, I only have I only have like 10 seconds left. I got to ask you very, very
so you
quickly.
got to take a little more time.
Well, let me just ask my last question and then we'll wrap it up. And we did talk a little bit about Reagan, so that's great. And I look really
Relax.
looking forward. I am
Relax.
really looking forward to that. I have to ask you about Megalopolis, because to have that opportunity to work with somebody like Francis Ford Coppola, and I know that he had given you this vision about 25 odd years ago, came to you with it and told you a little bit about this. What was that experience like to work with him, and to be in such an epic film with all of these actors?
Yeah, it was quite wonderful. Well, first of all, I worked with him before in Rainmaker,
Yes.
It was a good film. It's a very good film, by the way. And we got along, and that's why we became friendly, and he showed, and at that time, that's why he had me read that script with several other actors at that time. And it was a very different script then than it is now.
Right.
And then he was going to do it again. My agent suggested me. He said, "Have John come in," and we talked about it. And this piece, and it's changed. I thought it was very interesting, very, very challenging, very personal and visionary, an epic visionary, from a great art. And it demanded a tremendous just filmmaking, stretching the boundaries filmmaking wise, and even questioning even how you tell a story. Everything
Yeah.
was said, whoa, boy, this is some adventure. So I wanted to be part of it, and they had a role that I could play. So we went off and did this, and it was really Francis, to get to know Francis. He's an amazing person.
Mm.
There's a lot of there's an awful lot of Francis, and his love for family and responsibility for family. That
Yeah.
it was part of The Godfather, but his loyalty to family. We went to Cannes, and he had all of his family. His sister, who's quite brilliant in the film, by the way.
Yeah.
He has, if he has nieces, everybody's always there. He takes care of he's wonderful with his family.
Yeah, I can't wait. I really cannot wait to see that. I just listen, I so appreciate your time as always. It's always my pleasure and honor to talk to you, Jon. Like I said,
Well, God,
you want to write that book, let me know, because I want to hear all your stories. I really do.
okay. God bless you.
God bless
Great,
you. Thank you,
great
Jon.
to see you. Great to
Good
see
to
you.
see you too. Take care, and thank you for your time. I appreciate that.
It's love.
Bye-bye.